List in Python. In this lesson, we will learn about Python list, a very important built-in data type of Python. List is an important built-in data type in Python. It is a built-in data type. It is used for storing collections of data. A list can have elements of various data types such as integer, float, string, tuple, dictionary, etc. Even a list can be an element of a list. Python lists are mutable. That is, we can modify the elements of a list after it has been created. So, a list can be defined as a collection of data that is mutable. Here is an example of a list of fruits. In this list, we have apple, orange, mango, and kiwi as its elements. We can access the individual elements of the list using index operators, that is, a pair of opening and closing square brackets. So, fruits, 0, points to apple. Fruits, 1, points to orange, and so on. In this way, we can access the individual elements of a list using its indexes. Note that, index starts from 0. Now let's do some lab work. How to create a list. In Python, we create a list by putting items separated by commas inside square brackets. Here is an example. If no items are placed inside the square brackets, a blank list is created. Let's run the code and check the result. We see a blank list as output here, right? Now let's put an element inside the square brackets and check the output. Here, the list element is being shown in the output. Now, let's put more than one element and check the results. Now let's create some meaningful lists. Here is an example of a list of vowels in English alphabets. Now let's prepare a list of fruits. A list may have elements of various data types such as integer, float, string, boolean, etc. Here is an example of such as list. Apple is a string. 25 is an integer. 650.75 is a float. A list inside the list. Accessing list elements using index operator, that is using square brackets. Fruits, 0 points to apple. Fruits, 1 point to mango. Fruits, 3 points to kiwi, and so on. In this way, using the index operator, we can access the individual elements of a list. Accessing elements of a list using negative indexes. In Python, we may index the elements using negative numbers also. The last element is at index -1, the element just before the last element is at -2, and so on. Here, list element orange is at -1, kiwi is at -2, papaya is at -3, and so on. We get list index out of range error if no item exists for the given index. Papaya is at index 2. Kiwi is at index 3. The concatenation operator plus concatenates two or more lists. Concatenation simply means creation of a new list by putting the elements of existing lists side by side, in the same order. When a list is multiplied by an integer n, a new list is created by putting the existing list elements n times side by side. We can check whether an element exists in a list or not using the membership operator, in. Does kiwi exist in our list of fruits? The result is false. That is, it does not exist. And it's true for mango. Here is an example of list traversal using for loop. So, we have learned a few things about lists in Python. We will learn about its uses in more detail later. In our next video, we will discuss about some built-in functions and methods. Thanks for watching and meet you in our next video.